Hey, what's going on, Champ Squad? My name is Vinsanity if you guys are new, and welcome back to another Apex Legends video. So at the start of Season 10, I figured I'd make my seasonal settings video where I go over all the settings that I'm running this season and discuss why I use certain settings. First off, I'm just going to quickly scroll through all my settings for those of you that just want an overview and to see my settings pretty quickly, and then I'll actually go ahead and take some time to discuss a few key settings that I highly recommend trying out. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So here I'm just going to quickly scroll through my overall settings for those of you that just want an overview and don't really care as much about the explanation. So these are the settings I've been running. Some of them I've been running for a couple seasons now, and some of them I've tweaked recently, either this season or last season, which I'll get to in the discussion. But here's my overall settings for gameplay, controller, video, and audio. So now to just highlight a few settings that I want to draw your attention to. First, I turned weapon autocycle on empty off. This will make it so that even when you completely run out of ammo, it doesn't auto switch, because you want to make it so that you still have a bullet or two left in your clip before you switch to your secondary weapon, because it'll be a lot faster. You won't get that reload animation and then have to switch. So I highly recommend keeping this off, and auto sprint I recommend turning on. This will just improve your movement a ton. You'll get a lot fewer dead slides. Your movement will feel more fluid overall, because your default will just be to sprint. Even if you abruptly turn or wall bounce or something, you'll land with your feet moving on the ground. You'll be running instead of having to wait for that delay. So next up, you're going to want to turn damage closest death box menu option off. Basically, if you have this on, whenever you're looting, if you get shot at, it will immediately stop you from looting and pull you out of the death box. This might sound like a good idea because you, in theory, have faster reaction time, but in reality, you should turn this off, because if you're trying to hit an armor swap and you get shot at all, even for like 5 damage, you won't be able to hit that swap because you'll get pulled out of the death box. So the next setting I highly recommend trying out is to put your colorblind mode on Tritanopia. There's a lot of great videos out there that go into a lot more detail about why you should use this colorblind setting, and I'll link some of them in the description. But really, it just makes the colors you see a lot more vivid and highlights the color contrast between your surroundings a lot more, so it's easier to make out enemies. They won't blend in with the map as much, and it's just a lot easier to see your targets since I've been using it for the past couple seasons, so I highly recommend giving it a try. So another important setting that I think is kind of underrated is to play with crouch on hold instead of toggle. This will feel a bit weird at first, but I do think crouch on hold is a lot better than crouch on toggle for a few different reasons. First off, with crouch on hold, you can crouch spam way faster than on toggle. You can also control how deep you crouch, so you can mix up your crouch spam speed and depth, and that can really throw off your enemy, because most people on console play with crouch on toggle, so they're not used to the movement of crouch on hold, and it kind of throws off their aim, I've noticed. Crouch and hold also just gives you better control, tighter control of your strafe as well, so it helps improve your movement overall, and it does help with more advanced movement techniques like super gliding as well. It's a lot easier if you have crouch on hold. I have a video about switching to crouch on hold. If you want to check it out, I'll link it above, because it is a bit of an adjustment, but I go over some tips for making that adjustment and why I highly recommend switching to crouch on hold. So finally, the last thing I recommend is to keep your dead zones as low as you can. Try out on none, and if you get a lot of stick drift, you probably can't keep them on none. I'd pump them up to small, but you definitely want to have your dead zones either on small or none. This will help improve your reaction time. There won't be that lag between when you press a button and when it responds. So that's going to wrap it up for my settings for Season 10. Settings do come down a lot to preference, so obviously this is just what's worked for me. It might not work for you, but I hope you enjoyed the video and it offered you some sort of advice for finding what settings work for you. And I do have a pretty solid 3K and 2.8K gameplay here coming up in the first couple days of the new season that I think you'll enjoy, and I'll catch you in the next one.
I have no ammo.
I have a Mozam and that's it, bro.
The steer shield box.
Y'all suck.
Wow. Nice. I knocked a path and purple over the swap.
Give my shield a recharge.
Coming up there.
Weird, I tried to...
Oh, three.
That guy's there.
Got him, got him.
Yeah.
It's another team. It's another team, I think, though.
Not walking.
I'm moving in with you.
There's more.
Moving the bat again. Everyone's good, everyone's good. Get him, Ben! Get him, Ben!
I got him.
Sorry, bro.
I don't know if y'all believed in me, but I got him.
60 on the other one.
Two with the bow's gotta go.
Care package in.
Threw that shit with the R3.
Where are you down here?
Eyes up.
70.
Got him.
Nice.
Tango down. Contact.
Get the thing in the open. Nice.
My sights. Down another.
The other team's moving in. Almost back the other guy, I think you did.
I'm spotted.
2 teams here.
Multiple KIAs.
One of them's got self-res.
The only team.
They're in Revolt.
Revolt.
Top one.
Oh, give me that alternator, big dog. Sorry.
I knocked a bunch that I didn't get kills for. I don't know where they are. They're up here somewhere. I low-key need light too. You see any? Beam. Back here. I'm telling you, this kid doing some weird shit over here. Cracked. Dead.
Nice.
Please have some light. Please have some light.
Try to hold it.
Horizon cracked.
Yep.
Another one's coming up on you though.
Team inside.
Yeah, you might be.
I'm backing up. That's
fuck.
both teams. We're good. Horizon got away.
Ah, I got over aggro. One more. There we go.
Yeah, the Wraith came up on me with it, and I was like, it's mine now.
29 squad kills. Fuck.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, dude.
That kid was bad.
Holy
Alien.
shit,
The
bro.
alien sentinel. Over here. Over here too.
Stay focused.
He just took his ult.
Race one.
I'm not getting alpha fucker.
Over here.
Random
Use cracked. I need ammo though.
What you need, heavy?
Yeah, heavy. I got some. I'm good.
Heavy right here.
I'm good. I got 120 now.
$150 on fuse.
Oh, dead. I'll stick him.
Okay.
That in.
Flash.
Nice.
I got him.
Give me one clipped.
There's another squad. Someone on me.
Weak, Ender, weak. Really weak.
I hit the pad. Let's go!
Good.
Get them out of here! Good shit, bro.
2 teams. One's on height, sliding down. They're in Revolt. Taking his Revolt.
I'm taking this shit.
Oh, he's coming back. Nice. I'm gonna finish for him. Oh, never mind, I thought.
Someone's on height. On me. Help, knocked another one.
Here. Shit.
Those kids need to get a life, man.
Already on my mark. Firing for effect. Give my shields a recharge.
Have to go over here or something.
I have a pad.
Get this building. Get this
I'm
building.
climb up this dude. Damn rampage. You tell me energy mag.
Give me a sec.
If you, is there light ammo?